you ever see them outside?
Never. Like I said, it's a very quiet neighborhood, and whoever we see, if we see kids, they're getting in their car to go to school with their parents. We never see nothing here.
How would you describe this neighborhood, and would something like this, do you think, ever happen? Like it's like a movie?
No, I will never think that will ever happen here in this neighborhood, especially because this is a new neighborhood, and mostly our younger people that come here, you will never expect to see or hear anything like that.
I just can't believe what's going on right here, right behind my backyard. Kind of weird. They had the kids working on the yard at 9 o'clock at night, but nothing to call the police about. Nothing.
And the article says when Riverdale County Sheriff deputies entered the Perris house, where a married couple was said to be holding their 13 children captive, they found a horrific scene. There was a strong foul smell. The house was filthy. 3 young people were chained to pieces of furniture. Children were badly emaciated. And yet Riverdale County Police Chief's Captain Greg Fellow said Tuesday the children's mother was surprised to see the authorities. It makes me think, well, you think nothing is wrong with emaciated children living like this in this deplorable situation. But reading on, it seems the mother was perplexed as to why we were at the residence. Sheriff deputies had never received a call from the house or about suspected child abuse. A county child protective service official said this was the first chance we had to intervene. So you have 13 children, you never see them. They look emaciated, but nobody thought to call for help. A 17-year-old girl called 911 Sunday. She said she'd escaped from her family's home where her parents had been holding her captive. Tuesday, fellow commander of the sheriff's Perris station said the girl escaped from a window in the house and called 911 from a deactivated cell phone. It's actually a nice neighborhood, and they look like new homes, and it's a place where people would say, oh, I would never think anything like that would happen. Where do you think things happen? Oh, the hood, right? It happens in the hood, right? But yeah, nobody said anything, seeing the state of the children even. But Riverside County Sheriff deputies who found the girl was struck by her small size and emaciated appearance. She looked to be only 10, authorities said. Oh my God. But she was 17, almost an adult. She had photos to back up her claims. When the deputies arrived to the house, they found a scene as nightmarish as she had described. The parents, David Allen Turpin, 57, and Louise Ann, 49, were arrested on suspicion of torture and child endangerment, and each was being held in lieu of $9 million bail. The youngest child is 2. Deputies at first assumed from their frail, malnourished appearance that all in the group were minors, but they later determined that 7 of them were adults, age 18 to 29. So I'm guessing they didn't want the children to leave. I mean, I wonder how long they had these kids locked up like this, though. Because people would say, why didn't the 18 to 29-year-old leave? But depending on what these people did to them or how long this has been going on, them being malnourished, taking into consideration their education development, their brain development, and not knowing what to do, or you just have to take a lot of that into consideration. You can't really blame the 18 to 29-year-old if this is the life that they lived all their lives. They think it's normal. They may even think that there was no hope. So a lot of people I did hear talking about this was saying, why didn't the adults do anything as far as the ones who were chained up? But there's a lot of factors at play here. So I would never blame the victims. But the children are believed to all be the couple's biological children. Fellows said county adult and child protective service workers and medical professionals are assessing the siblings, he said. Fellows said the parents show no indication of mental illness at this time. I don't like at this time. I'm just going to go with they don't have a mental illness. They knew what they were doing. They have been doing it for years, probably decades, and they didn't care. And they wanted to do this. Is this sick need to hurt someone? I don't know where that comes from. It's disgusting, but it's not a mental illness. Nothing is psychologically wrong with them. They wanted to do it. He said the children's recovery would be long and praised the courage of the teenager who called 911. If you can imagine being 17 years old and appearing to be a 10-year-old, being chained to a bed and being malnourished and injuries associated with that, I would call that torture. The children were homeschooled at home and the family lived in Perris since 2014. So, of course. Also, with them putting that the children were homeschooled, you know, a lot of people are going to be attacking homeschooling because a lot of people decided to pull their children out of public school and to homeschool them. Now the homeschooling system is going to change. Because I know nothing ever happens without there being a reason for it. And when the child is not going to public school, they can't actually have that public school to prison pipeline. They can't get money for a child that's not there. Now they're going to be looking at people who homeschool. Everybody failed the children, the parents, the neighborhood, the county, the state. Everybody failed these children. Also, they said that they seem like nice people. People in the neighborhood said, oh, they seem so nice. Of course. When somebody is doing something evil, they're not going to be mean or be nasty or be everything that we've been told, you know, to watch out for the strange, creepy person that's hiding behind the tree. It's never that person. It is the nice, clean-cut person or the everyday person that you would not expect that you talk to at work or you pass by all the time and you wouldn't get any type of flags. But I'll go ahead and leave it right here. I think this is heartbreaking. I think this is horrible. I don't know what type of human being could do this to the babies that came out of them. And go ahead, leave a comment. Let me know what you think about this whole entire situation. The mother, the father, and the children. And I will see you in the next one.